The greatest investment if someone offered me $10 million today, but with the condition that I could never wake up again. I would refuse without hesitation. Why? Because the greatest asset any person has is not money, real estate, or businesses. It is themselves. Yet I see so many people spending years investing in everything but themselves. They buy cars, properties, stocks, but they don't dedicate time to developing their own skills, expanding their mindset, or strengthening their character. When I started my journey, I had no money, connections, or privileges. What I had was the belief that if I invested in myself, learning, growing, and improving, I could change my reality. I failed many tests and was rejected by numerous companies, but every no made me seek to learn something new. My greatest investment was not in a business or technology, it was in myself. Many people believe that success comes from luck or natural talent, but the real difference lies in how you improve yourself daily. The world is changing rapidly, and those who do not invest in personal growth fall behind. Developing resilience. Learning new skills and building a strong mindset are factors that determine your future. If you prepare yourself, no one can take that away from you. Transformation begins when you decide to stop blaming external factors and take responsibility for your own development. If you are not where you want to be, ask yourself, what have I not learned yet? What can I do better? The market may collapse. Companies may fail, but what you have built within yourself is something no one can take away. The true value of a person lies in their ability to adapt, continuously learn, and maintain a growth mindset. Those who understand this find opportunities where others see problems. Those who ignore it remain in the same place, waiting for something to change without changing themselves. Time is your most valuable asset every day. We receive 86,400 seconds. Each one is a gift that can never be recovered. The problem is that most people waste this resource without realizing it. They spend hours scrolling through their phones, watching purposeless content, or complaining about life while time keeps moving forward. At the end of the day, they wonder why nothing has changed. Time is the most democratic asset in the world. We all have the same amount each day. The major difference between those who succeed and those who fall behind lies in how they use this resource. I was never the smartest or the most skilled, but I learned to value every moment. When I started Alibaba, I knew I couldn't waste time waiting for ideal conditions. We had to act fast, learn fast, and grow fast. Many people say they don't have time to learn something new, but spend hours consuming meaningless distractions. The secret is not in having more time, but in using it better. You can spend your minutes on procrastination, or you can invest in personal development, learning, and building something valuable. Each choice determines where you will be in a year, 5 years, or 10. Those who understand the value of time make it their ally. They prioritize what truly matters, eliminate distractions, and stay focused on their goals. Success is not an event that suddenly happens. It is the result of how you use each day. If you want to change your future, start by changing how you spend your time today. The clock waits for no one. Mindset is everything. The way you see the world defines what you are capable of achieving. If you look at challenges with pessimism, everything will seem difficult, unfair, and out of your control. But if you shift your mindset, you will start to see opportunities where you once saw barriers. I failed many times before building Alibaba, but I never saw those failures as the end. I always viewed them as learning experiences. If I had given up after the first rejection, I would never have reached where I am today. What separates those who grow from those who remain stuck is how they handle obstacles. Instead of thinking, this is impossible, ask yourself, how can I make this happen? The human mind is powerful, and when you change your questions, you also change your answers. Most people see difficulties and give up. Winners see challenges and find solutions. Many believe that success comes from intelligence or luck, but in reality, it comes from persistence and how you deal with failures. When I tried to get investors for Alibaba, I was rejected countless times. Many said my idea would never work, but I believed in what I was building. If I had let criticism paralyze me, nothing would have happened. If you want to grow, you need to train your mind to look for solutions, not excuses. You need to learn to ignore the noise of negative opinions and focus on what truly matters. The world is full of people who say, "This can't be done," but those who choose to ignore those limits imposed by others are the ones who build the future. A strong mindset turns difficulties into stepping stones. While some see closed doors, others find windows. What you see depends on the lens you choose to use. Learn from every failure. People fear failure, but the truth is that failure teaches more than success. Every mistake is a lesson. Every failure is a map showing a path that does not work. If I had been afraid to fail, Alibaba would not exist today. Before building a billion-dollar company, I was rejected from Harvard 10 times. I applied for a job at KFC, and out of 24 candidates, I was the only one not hired. I failed in school, failed in business, failed in interviews. But I never let failure define me. The problem is that most people see failure as a dead end rather than as a stepping stone. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. The Wright brothers were mocked before creating the first airplane. If they had given up, the world would be a very different place today. The same applies to anyone who wants to achieve great things. Success is built on a foundation of failures. When I look back, I realize that every rejection was an opportunity to learn. When no one believed in my ideas, I had to improve them. When investors said no, I had to refine my vision. If I had succeeded too early, I would not have been ready. The hard moments, the losses, and the disappointments made me stronger, more resilient, and more prepared. Many people avoid taking risks because they fear failure. But what they don't realize is that the biggest risk is doing nothing. If you never try, you have already failed. The only way to avoid mistakes is to never attempt anything new. And if you never try, you will never grow. Failure is not something to be feared. It is something to be embraced. It is the price we pay for progress. Those who learn quickly from their mistakes build an unshakable foundation. Those who run from failure never reach their full potential. The power of continuous learning. Many believe that learning ends when school does. But for me, learning never stops. It is the key to staying competitive and constantly growing. The world changes fast, and those who do not keep up get left behind. Even successful leaders like Elon Musk and Bill Gates continue reading, studying, and expanding their knowledge every day. If they do it, why shouldn't you? When I was a teacher, I saw many students studying only to pass exams. But true education is not about memorizing facts. It is about developing the ability to think, adapt, and innovate. When I started Alibaba, I had no experience in technology. But I was willing to learn. I studied how the internet worked, how businesses operated, how leaders made decisions. Knowledge gave me the confidence to take action. Many people complain about a lack of opportunities, but the greatest opportunity is within your control, the ability to learn. In today's world, you can access courses, books, and mentors online. The only thing stopping you from learning is your own mindset. The more you invest in knowledge, the more doors will open for you. Continuous learning is not just about reading books. It is about curiosity, experimentation, and surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to grow. The moment you stop learning, you stop improving. And when you stop improving, you start falling behind. No matter how successful you become, the world will keep evolving. The question is, will you evolve with it? Those who commit to lifelong learning stay ahead. Those who believe they already know enough soon realize how much they have lost. Consistency is key. Future is not shaped by big, dramatic events, but by the small habits you repeat daily. Everything you do consistently defines who you become. Alibaba was not built overnight. I adopted disciplined habits, studied the Chinese market, built a strong team, and applied practical lessons every day. Consistency created success. Many people believe they need a major breakthrough to change their lives, but the truth is that change happens in the details. Reading for 30 minutes daily might seem small, but over a year, it transforms your knowledge. Exercising for 20 minutes each morning might not seem like much, but over time, it builds a healthier body and mind. The problem is that most people want instant results. They start a new habit but quit after a few days because they don't see immediate rewards. But success is like planting a tree. You don't see results right away, but if you nurture it consistently, it will grow strong and unshakable. Instead of focusing on big transformations, focus on small, repeatable actions. Do you want to be more productive? Start by eliminating one distraction per day. Do you want to build financial freedom? Save a small amount every week. The secret is not in giant leaps, but in continuous, steady progress. What you do daily either pushes you toward your goals or pulls you away from them. Your habits are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are they leading you to where you want to be? The power of persistence, what separates those who achieve from those who give up? Persistence. Life will test your determination countless times before allowing you to accomplish something great. When I started Alibaba, I faced failure after failure. Investors laughed at my ideas. People said China would never embrace e-commerce, and even my friends thought I was crazy. But I refused to quit. The truth is, most people stop too soon. They face a few obstacles and assume success is not meant for them, but I learned something valuable. Persistence is the price of success. The most successful people in history weren't the most talented. They were the ones who kept going when others quit. Every time I was rejected, I told myself, if I stop now, I will regret it for life. So I kept pushing forward. Rejections, failures, and setbacks are not signs that you should give up. They are signs that you are on the right path. The bigger the dream, the harder the journey. Most people admire success but don't want to endure the pain required to achieve it. But pain is temporary, and growth is permanent. If you can withstand the hard times, you will eventually reach a place where others only wish they could be. The path to success is not a straight line. There will be obstacles, failures, and hardships. But the real question is, will you stop or will you keep going? Those who persist despite everything are the ones who create history. A vision will lead you if you don't have a clear vision. Any distraction can take you off course. When I started Alibaba, I wasn't just thinking about building a company. I was thinking about changing the way small businesses operated in China. I saw the future before it existed. People doubted me, but I knew that without a big dream, there would be no big achievements. Having a powerful vision gives you a reason to wake up every day with purpose. It keeps you motivated during difficult times and pushes you forward when everything seems impossible. When you have a clear destination, temporary obstacles won't stop you. Without vision, people waste years chasing small, meaningless goals, never building anything significant. Most people limit themselves before even trying. They don't dream big because they fear failure, but the real failure is living a life without purpose. If you dream small, your results will be small. If you dream big and take action every day, your life will transform in ways you never imagined. Think about every great achievement in history. It started with a vision. The Wright brothers saw a world where humans could fly. Steve Jobs imagined a future where technology fit in the palm of your hand. They weren't just working on a project, they were working on a vision. That's what separates those who make history from those who just watch. A big dream acts like a magnet. It pulls you toward success. The real question is, are you setting a vision big enough to change your life? The true meaning of wealth. Many people believe wealth is about having millions in the bank, but real wealth is about freedom, purpose, and impact. When I started at Alibaba, I wasn't chasing money. I wanted to create something meaningful, something that would help small businesses grow. The money came later as a result of that vision. Money without meaning is empty. I've met many rich people who are unhappy because their lives revolve around numbers, not purpose. Real success is not about how much you have, but about how much you contribute. If your goal is only to get rich, you might find financial success, but you won't find fulfillment. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that money follows value. The more value you create for others, the more opportunities will come your way. The most successful businesses in the world don't just sell products, they solve problems. That's why wealth should never be the goal. It should be the byproduct of creating something useful for the world. Many people focus on earning money first and giving later, but I believe the opposite. First, find a way to help others, and money will follow. When you prioritize creating impact, success becomes inevitable. True wealth is not measured by your bank account, but by the difference you make. Those who focus only on money will never have enough. Those who focus on impact will always be truly rich. Your circle defines. You'll tell me who you spend time with, and I'll tell you where you'll be in 5 years. The people around you shape your mindset, your opportunities, and your energy. I didn't build Alibaba alone. It was created by a team of people who believed in the vision and worked tirelessly to make it a reality. Your environment has more influence on your success than you think. If you surround yourself with negative, unmotivated people, they will drain your energy. But if you spend time with ambitious, forward-thinking individuals, you will naturally grow. That's why I always tell young people, choose your circle wisely. Many people fail not because they lack talent, but because they are surrounded by people who don't believe in them. If you share your dreams with someone and they laugh at you, you are talking to the wrong person. Successful people build networks of support, not circles of doubt. Look at any great leader or entrepreneur, and you'll see they surrounded themselves with the right people. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak. Bill Gates had Paul Allen. No one achieved success alone. Success is built on strong relationships, shared visions, and mutual encouragement. If you want to go far, go together. The right people will challenge you, support you, and help you reach levels you never thought possible. Your future is shaped by those you choose to keep close. The wisdom of taking risks. You never take risks, you will never move forward. When I started Alibaba, the internet in China was almost non-existent. People told me I was crazy, they said. Online business had no future. But I believed in the vision and took the risk. If I had waited for certainty, Alibaba would have never existed. Most people are afraid of risk because they associate it with failure. But what they don't realize is that the biggest risk is doing nothing. Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it also guarantees that you will never achieve anything extraordinary. The world is full of people who had great ideas but never acted on them because they were afraid of losing. But those who succeed are not the ones who avoid risks. They are the ones who embrace them intelligently. They take calculated risks, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward. Many think that successful people have special knowledge or advantages. The truth is, they simply dared to do what others feared. They saw an opportunity, took action, and figured things out along the way. Success is not about avoiding risks. It's about managing them wisely. The biggest risk is not failing. It's never trying. Those who hesitate watch opportunities pass them by. Those who take action despite the fear are the ones who change the world. Tell your story, people. Don't connect with numbers or facts alone. They connect with stories. Since the beginning of humanity, storytelling has been the way we passed knowledge, inspired action, and built relationships. When I was building Alibaba, I didn't just talk about business. I told stories that helped people understand our vision. I shared my failures, my struggles, and my dreams. That's how I convinced investors, customers, and partners to believe in what we were building in business. You are not just selling a product. You are selling a story. Every great company has a narrative behind it. Think about Apple. They don't just sell phones. They sell innovation, simplicity, and a vision of the future. Tesla doesn't just sell electric cars. They sell a world without pollution and dependence on fossil fuels. People follow companies with strong stories because stories create emotion, and emotion drives action. When I first started speaking publicly, I wasn't a polished speaker, but I knew that if I wanted to inspire people, I had to make them feel something. Instead of just listing Alibaba's achievements, I talked about how I was rejected by 30 jobs, how I failed university entrance exams multiple times. These stories made me relatable. I wasn't a genius, I wasn't rich, and I wasn't lucky. Just someone who refused to give up. That message resonated with people, and they started believing that if I could do it, so could they. Think about the greatest leaders in history: Martin Luther King Jr., Steve Jobs, Nelson Mandela. What made them influential? Their ability to communicate a vision through storytelling. Martin Luther King didn't say, "I have a plan." He said, "I have a dream." That made people feel something deep inside. A great story can change minds, open doors, and create movements. If you master the power of storytelling, you can make people believe, follow, and take action. Whether you are building a business, applying for a job, or inspiring a team, the ability to tell a compelling story is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. The power of giving if you want something in life. Money. Opportunities, recognition. You must start by giving first. Many people think they need to receive before they can give, but in reality, success comes to those who create value before expecting rewards. When I built Alibaba, we focused on helping small businesses first, and only later did we make money. Our priority was not immediate profit, but long-term impact. Most people operate with a mindset of scarcity. They think I'll help others once I'm successful, but that's backward. The world doesn't work like that. Those who wait to give will never receive. The secret of long-term success is contribution. If you solve a problem, add value, or help others, rewards will naturally follow. This applies to business, relationships, and every aspect of life. One of the biggest reasons Alibaba succeeded was because we put customers first. I always told my team, customers first, employees second, shareholders third. Investors didn't like this approach. But I knew that if we took care of our customers and employees, the company would grow, and the shareholders would benefit in the long run. And I was right. People often ask me, "Jack, how do I become successful?" My answer is simple. Find a way to serve others. Those who give without expecting instant returns build relationships, trust, and influence. In business and in life, generosity is one of the greatest investments you can make. Many think success is about taking, but the truth is, it's about giving. Whether it's knowledge, time, or support, those who contribute create lasting impact. The world does not reward selfishness. It rewards those who create value. If you want to build a great business, don't ask, "How can I make money?" Ask, "How can I solve a problem?" The more people you help, the more successful you will become. In life, the principle is simple. Give first, and success will follow. Those who serve without conditions will always receive more in return. Criticism is fuel if you are doing something big. You will be criticized. When I was building Alibaba, people called me crazy. They said e-commerce in China would never work. Investors rejected us. Competitors laughed at us. But I didn't let criticism stop me. I used it as fuel to push forward. If everyone agrees with what you are doing, you're probably not innovating enough. The difference between winners and losers is how they handle criticism. Some people take negative feedback personally and give up. Others analyze it, take what is useful, and ignore what is not. If you react emotionally to every critique, you will never achieve great things. You need to develop resilience and understand that criticism is part of the journey. When people criticized Alibaba, I asked myself, does this feedback contain something I can improve? If yes, I used it to refine my strategy. If not, I ignored it. Not all criticism is valuable. Some people will criticize you simply because they don't understand your vision. Others will do it because they don't want you to succeed. Learning to distinguish between constructive and destructive criticism is key. Think about every major innovator in history. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs. They all faced massive criticism. When Amazon started, people said it would never make money. When Tesla launched, critics laughed at the idea of electric cars replacing gasoline. But these leaders didn't let negativity stop them. They stayed focused on their vision. Criticism is a test. If you let it stop you, you are never fully committed. But if you turn it into motivation, nothing can break you. If you want to do something, great. Be ready for people to doubt you. But don't waste time trying to convince everyone. Use their disbelief as proof that you are on the right path. Those who use criticism as fuel rise above the rest. Dream is your greatest asset. Dreams are the foundation of every great achievement. When I started Alibaba, no investor believed in me. They laughed at the idea that a small Chinese company could compete globally in e-commerce. But I had a vision, a dream that was bigger than the doubts of others. I wasn't just trying to build a company. I was trying to change the way small businesses operated in China. That dream was what kept me going through all the rejections and failures. Most people don't fail because they dream too big. They fail because they dream too small. They limit themselves before even trying. They tell themselves, that's impossible, or people like me don't succeed. But the truth is, history is written by those who refuse to let go of their dreams. If you dream small, your life will be small. If you dream big and take action every day, you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. The biggest challenge is not dreaming. It's holding on to your dream when things get tough. Many people start with excitement but give up when they face obstacles. But a big dream is not achieved overnight. It takes years of dedication, failures, and adjustments. If you quit too early, you'll never see the full potential of your vision. Think about the greatest innovators: Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. They all faced setbacks, but they never stopped pushing forward. If you could create anything in the world, what would it be? Too many people settle for mediocrity because they are afraid to aim higher. They accept average results because they fear failure. But those who dare to dream big and work relentlessly toward their vision are the ones who leave a legacy. Your dream is your greatest asset. If you don't believe in it, no one else will. The world will always have doubters and critics, but those who keep their vision alive despite obstacles are the ones who change the world. The real question is, will you be one of them? Knowledge without action is useless. You have come this far. It means you are looking for change. But knowledge without action is useless. I've met many people who spend years reading, planning, and preparing, but never take action. They tell themselves they need to wait for the right time, but let me tell you something. There is no perfect moment. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. Too many people are waiting for the perfect idea, waiting for confidence, waiting for approval. But waiting is just another form of fear. I've seen people with incredible potential waste their lives because they kept postponing their dreams. They kept telling themselves, "I'll start when I'm ready." The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. You just have to start. I always told my team, we don't have to be the smartest. We just have to take action before everyone else does. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have all the answers. I didn't have funding, experience in e-commerce, or support from powerful connections. But I started anyway, because the world doesn't reward those who plan forever. It rewards those who take action. Thinking and strategizing are important, but without execution, they mean nothing. Every successful person you admire started before they were ready. If you wait for certainty, you will never begin. Progress comes from doing, from learning through action, from making mistakes and improving along the way. The world doesn't wait. Time doesn't stop. Your future depends on what you do today. You can keep thinking about your dreams, or you can start building them now. The choice is yours, but remember, those who act today are the ones who will lead tomorrow.